If you've ever caught your reflection in the bathroom mirror first thing in the morning and thought, dang, when did my eyes start looking like I pulled an all-nighter? You're definitely not alone, especially after 60. When gravity feels like it's personally out to get us, that's why so many folks are buzzing about what Japan's oldest doctor recently revealed is the real fix for puffy eyes. Something different from all the gimmicks, miracle serums, ice rollers, and expensive spa treatments we've been told to try for years. And trust me, after digging into this, it doesn't feel like one of those social media fads that promise the moon and deliver absolutely nothing. This whole approach hits different because it combines a natural eye care mindset with practicality, real biology, and the kind of old-school wisdom you'd expect from someone who's been studying aging longer than most of us have even been alive. You know how the industry keeps telling us to buy the best eye cream to fix everything? Turns out that's not always the magic bullet. According to this centuries-old Japanese perspective, the real long-term puffy eyes remedy begins not on the surface of the skin but way deeper. Think cellular, rejuvenation, circulation, hydration balance, and the muscle groups around the eyes that almost nobody pays attention to after a certain age. Wild, right? But it makes sense when you think about it. Puffy eyes and under-eye bags don't just drop out of nowhere. They creep in slowly, the same way wrinkles, stiffness, and little aches do, like uninvited guests who show up one day and never leave. That's why the Japanese method focuses on wrinkle reduction in skin, tightening from the inside and outside at the same time, basically giving the eye area the kind of tune-up your car gets when it's been running for decades. Now, the doctor explained that the real cause of persistent puffiness after 60 is the slowdown of lymphatic flow around the eyes. Sound fancy? But really, it's just the body's drainage system starting to chill out a little too much. When lymph doesn't drain well, fluid hangs out under your eyes like it's paying rent, creating swelling, heaviness, and those stubborn under-eye bags that no amount of fancy concealer can hide. This is why the usual home remedies for puffy eyes like cold spoons, cucumbers, tea bags, or sleeping with your head raised only offer temporary relief. Sure, they're cute and refreshing, but they don't retrain your lymph flow. They don't boost circulation, and they don't help the skin regain elasticity. According to the Japanese method, the true under-eye bags treatment isn't just about cooling or moisturizing. It's about resetting the eye region's natural rejuvenation system, what he calls eye rejuvenation, a process that can be stimulated with the right daily habits, specific facial techniques, nutrition upgrades, and deeply restorative skincare routines that go beyond the hype-heavy American Beauty aisle. So here's where things get interesting. Instead of dousing your face with 10 layers of product every night, the Japanese doctor emphasizes touch, not the heavy-handed tugging most of us do when removing makeup or scratching an itch, but gentle directional massage that coaxes fluid away from the eye pockets and reroutes it toward areas where the body can drain it out naturally. He claimed that even adults, well into their 70s and 80s, can reactivate this flow simply by learning how to guide it daily, and honestly, that feels kinda empowering. Because let's be real, when you hit 60, society starts throwing all sorts of weird messages at you like aging is something to fear, hide, or fight, as if it isn't literally the most natural thing in the world. That's why I love that this approach doesn't try to sell youth in a bottle, but instead teaches you how to work with your body, not against it. When you combine this gentle lymph-boosting technique with proper hydration, anti-inflammatory foods, and anti-aging skincare products that support collagen instead of just masking issues, the change is noticeable. Not overnight, not magically, but genuinely. This is where the doctor's anti-aging tips get surprisingly practical. For instance, he recommends drinking warm water before cold water because it triggers better circulation. He suggests cutting salt after 7 p.m. because your body is more prone to retaining it at night, which directly impacts morning puffiness. And he insists that wearing sunglasses outdoors isn't just a fashion flex but a smart move to prevent squinting, which deepens wrinkles and weakens the supportive tissue around the eyes. On top of that, he explains that the skin around the eyes is the thinnest on your entire body, basically the tissue paper zone of your face. That's why puffiness shows up here first, why dehydration hits this area the fastest, and why poor sleep or stress can make it look like you aged 10 years after one rough week. But here's the part that really stuck with me. He says the biggest overlooked factor in long-term eye puffiness isn't age, it's tension. Yes, tension. All that subconscious eyebrow raising, squinting at screens, worrying, frowning, concentrating your face holds more stress than you realize. And the muscles around the eyes compensate by squeezing in ways that block circulation. It's like tying a tiny knot in a garden hose and then wondering why the water doesn't flow right. So a major pillar of his method isn't product-based at all. It's just relaxing the micro-muscles around the eyes and forehead on purpose, even just 30 seconds at a time throughout the day. The result? Better blood flow, better lymph drainage, brighter eyes, fewer lines, and reduced swelling without needing to book a facial or buy another trendy cream. Don't get me wrong, skincare still matters, and using the best eye cream for your specific skin type absolutely helps. But the doctor insists that cream alone won't fix puffiness if your circulation is sluggish or if fluid keeps settling under your eyes at night. That's why combining smart skincare with intentional touch, good sleep routines, lower nighttime salt, warm hydration, stress relaxation, and consistent muscle release can create a much bigger impact than any product alone. Another fascinating thing he pointed out is how many older adults unknowingly contribute to puffiness by sleeping on their stomachs or sides. You wouldn't think it matters, but the pressure from your pillow literally traps fluid around your eyes for hours. Switching to a back sleeping position, or at least using a slightly elevated pillow that doesn't crush your face, can change the whole game. Plus, the doctor's guide emphasizes collagen-friendly foods like salmon, eggs, tofu, berries, and leafy greens. He swears by Japanese staples like miso soup, seaweed, and natto for their circulation and antioxidant benefits. And honestly, judging by how youthful and energized many older Japanese folks look, I'm not about to argue. The more he explained, the more the puzzle pieces fell into place. Puffy eyes aren't just an appearance issue, they're a lifestyle signal. A sign of dehydration, inflammation, weakened tissue, and slowed circulation. So treating them the right way means addressing the actual cause, not just slapping on another trendy gel patch. Still, the coolest part is how low effort his method really is. You don't need fancy gadgets, expensive appointments, or uncomfortable procedures. You don't need to freeze your face, laser it, poke it, or burn it. You just need a few minutes each day of intentional care that aligns with how your body naturally wants to function. And here's the kicker. People who've tried this approach report not just reduced puffiness, but smoother skin, brighter eyes, softer lines, and an overall fresher appearance. That's because everything around the eyes is connected. When circulation improves, everything improves. When tension drops, everything lifts. When lymph drains, everything brightens. Honestly, that's why this Japanese doctor's approach feels so refreshing. It isn't about chasing youth, it's about restoring balance. And when you restore balance, beauty shows up as a side effect. That's a whole different vibe than the Western beauty industry, which often pushes quick fixes and promises that crumble under scrutiny. This method is gentle, slow, and sustainable. The kind of thing you can do daily without stressing your bank account or your schedule. And in a way, it teaches you how to appreciate your aging face instead of fighting with it, which I don't know about you, but feels like something we need more of. So if you've been waking up with stubborn puffiness, feeling frustrated with your under-eye area, or noticing that your usual trick stopped working after 60, this might be the missing link. A natural, grounded, time-tested approach that supports skin tightening, lifts tissue, improves circulation, and offers real eye rejuvenation results. And the best part? It's not just surface-level beauty. It's a whole-body perspective combining simple lifestyle upgrades, mindful touch, smart hydration, nutrient-rich foods, and thoughtful anti-aging skincare to create lasting change. And honestly, for anyone who's tired of feeling like they've tried everything or spent too much on products that didn't deliver, this feels like a breath of fresh air. A simple, smart, and refreshingly human way to bring back brightness, smoothness, and confidence, one gentle step at a time.